Hi, this is Summer with Summer's Tips and Stitches, and I'm finally doing my yarn dye video. I'm not going to be doing a step-by-step tutorial because I really would like you folks to check out Rit Kerr. She has a YouTube channel. I'll put a link in the description, and my honey will put a link somewhere on this screen here for you. She has a wonderful step-by-step video on how to speckle yarn, and I don't really want to infringe on what she's already done. Plus, she only has 969 subscribers. So it'd be super awesome if you hopped on over, checked her out, subscribed, and then watched her speckling tutorials. What I will do now though is show you everything that I purchased to speckle my yarn. The first thing is I have Knit Picks yarn. I purchased this off of their website. It is a bare worsted weight Andes yarn, and it was approximately $3 to $4. It is 100% Peruvian Highland wool, 220 yards, and like I said, worsted weight. I purchased 2 of these, so I am making a double batch. I also purchased the Rit dye. Now I went to my local Joann's and bought it. I'm not 100% sure how much it was. I thought I saved the receipt, but I didn't. But I did look up on Amazon, and you can buy this off of Amazon for $3.56. I purchased a royal blue, a black, fuchsia, purple, and teal. So as you guessed, all of my favorite colors. To do this technique of speckling, I'm going to do a solid color, cook, and then do the speckling. In order to do the speckling, Bria talks about 2 methods. One are these little like salt shaker type things, and I bought this from the Dollar Tree for $1. The nice thing about this is if you like the look that this speckling of salt shaker does, you can store your dye in here and label it, and it's a nice way to keep once you've opened the package, the dye closed up. I only bought one because I didn't necessarily like the look as much with Bria's yarn as I liked when she used this little strainer basket. These also were $1, and she put the dye in here and she speckled it this way. So I did buy 2 of these for $1, and I'll see which kind I like the best. And like I said, if this turns out to be okay, I might buy 1 for each. The final thing that you need to do before you start your dyeing process is you need to soak your yarn. And so I put my yarn in these bowls. She said just to cover it, and I did every once in a while have to come and pack it down because as the yarn absorbed the water, it kind of dried out on top. And I did soak these overnight. I don't remember if Bria did for just 2 hours or overnight. So what I'm going to do in just a moment, and then I'll have you join in, is I'm going to be taking the yarn out of the bowl, laying it in this pan. Bria has some real fancy ones that she ordered from like a kitchen store, but I'm just going to use this one that my husband has because he's the main cook currently. And I'm going to put the yarn in here and then dump the yarn, the water that it's been soaking in, right in here until it's just barely covering. You don't want it completely submerged. You want the yarn just on top. And then you start cooking, and I'll have you guys join in because like I said, I'm going to cook it first with the fuchsia, and then once that's done, I'm going to speckle it with the purple, and I'll have you guys join in with the speckling. And then once I've rinsed it out and have a finished product, we'll put that video clip in there too. So this is going to involve a lot of editing for my husband, and I'm super excited to share this with you folks. All right, bye. Real quick before I show you my speckling, I wanted to remind you that we do need to be safe while doing these. Not only am I wearing gloves to protect my hand from dye, that's not really safety, but I am wearing one of these beautiful masks to keep me from breathing in the powder. So this is what it looks like right now. It has been cooking for approximately 10 minutes. Yep, about 10 minutes with the fuchsia. So now I'm going to open up the purple, and I'm going to do the basket method to speckle the purple. And this is really kind of a go as I learn as I go thing. I'm just going to put a little bit of the dye in there. And then this is what Bria said to do. Just speckle it how you want. And let it cook. So that's what I'm going to do. The next thing that I'm going to do after this is add the vinegar water. Hopefully I'm not talking too loud to overcome this mask. But yeah, next video you guys will get to see is the finished yarn. Yeah. See you guys in a bit. Hi you guys. So this is Monday. I finished my whole weekend of dyeing on Sunday. They finally dried. And this is the last part of the video that my husband's going to stick with the others. And this is where I'm going to show you the finished yarn. So this is the first one I did. I originally thought I was going to speckle it, that it would come out speckled. But it did not. This is fuchsia with purple, and I guess it just kind of smeared it, if you will. Whoops, there that goes. I'll open this up a little bit so you guys can see what it looks like. It's not completely evenly distributed, but that is what the pink and the purple looks like. And this is how you cake it, or you hank it. I'm not very good at it, as you can see from my sloppy hanks. Ooh, there's some real bright pink there, but that's what it looks like. Apparently, when I was making this, so Friday night I watched Holly Proper Pineapple's giveaway video, and then Saturday, after soaking my yarn Friday night, I actually got up out of bed at 11:30. I was like, oh, I forgot to soak my yarn. Huh. And you guys, the next day when I started making my yarn, I wanted to do pink with speckled, but this is coming out almost exactly like the giveaway yarn that Holly has. Now see, look how horrible that hank looks. I am not a pro at that. So this is what the two of them look like. These were dyed in the same batch together, as you saw. Okay, so there's some pieces of more purple than pink. Ooh, doesn't that look horrible? I mean, the color's not bad, it's just I'm not a hanker. The next batch I did, I actually used 3 different colors. I used a blue, I think it was called like sapphire blue, a teal, and then I put a dash of black. You can't really see the black in it, but that is what these look like. Aren't they beautiful? I'm so amazed at myself. And as you saw in the video, well, actually, I don't think you didn't see me sprinkle this. I did take a picture of it. Again, oh, here's a little bit of the black. Again, the speckling did not seem to work for me. I think in order to get the speckling to work, from what I've read, maybe I should not have soaked the yarn. I should have just stuck the yarn in there. Now, the other thing that Bria does in her videos that I don't know how I feel about is she only puts the color on the top and then it kind of like sinks down. On this pink, I flipped it over. After I had it soaking, I made the pink batch, I let it soak, then I add the purple, I let it, well, cook. I cooked it on my stovetop. And then after it had cooked for a little while, then I flipped them over and let them so that the water kind of mixed. I don't know what I was thinking. I just feel like, how does it get down in there? Now on this one, I did not flip them. I'll open one of these up. I did not flip it. I just put the color on the top and I let it cook. And this one, it did get all the way through, but you can tell that this is the part of the yarn that was on top where the most dye came, and this is the yarn on the bottom where not as much. I highly recommend cooking your yarn. I call it cooking. My husband's like, you can't call it cooking. I highly recommend cooking your yarn on a warm day. It wasn't that it was like 50s here in Oshkosh. So that one didn't turn out too bad. Isn't that beautiful? Ah, I made this. when it came to rinsing, I wasn't going to rinse in my sink. So I took that big cook pan outside to the patio. We have a big cement patio. And I just filled it with cold hose water. Poured some out, filled it with cold hose water, poured some out, and I just did that. That's how I rinsed it, rather than in and out of my sink for that long. So yeah, that is my experience with dyeing. I totally love it. I'm completely addicted. I can't wait to do more. I might go buy some more yarn colors because, as you know, I only bought pink, purple, aqua, teal, and black. I want to do a pink with black speckles, so I really got to figure that black thing out. I want to do that, and then I'm going to do a few solids just to have something maybe to go with them, because these skeins of yarn from Knit Picks, I think the worsted weight's only 220 yards, and if I want to crochet with that, that's only 440 yards. I'm only going to be able to make a hat or a scarf or something. So yeah, that is what that's my dyeing experiment. You guys, I'm totally for the powder dyeing. I really like that idea that I had more control of where the color was going and where it was being absorbed. And so I liked the powder. I am a controlling, I'm a controlling person. And that whole tab thing just, to me, just seems like, I don't know, where's the color? You know, is it going to seep somewhere else that I don't want it? Is it going to muddy up another color that I don't like? I don't know. So that's what I really like. I like the powder. I highly recommend it. Now, do I need that mask? I don't think so. I did not I didn't feel like I was breathing any fumes in or anything. Just so many y'all said in my comments to be safe. And I thought, be safe? Wow. What am I gonna? So I decided to glove up and wear the mask. Although Bria, if you watch that video, she does not mask up. But just in case, I was safe. But yeah, I really do love it. I love cooking it. Now I want my husband to get me a little camping stove, and I want to put it here in the basement. And I want a deep sink, and I want a drying rack because I was hanging it. Brandon's going to insert pictures. I don't know if he's inserting them within the video or if he'll put some at the end, but I ended up hanging, as you saw or will see, the yarn from my lamp, my dining room light, because I couldn't hang it outside because it was raining. Because I was rinsing my yarn out when it lightly sprinkling. And then it hung all Saturday night, all day Sunday. It hung because you don't want to hang it up wet because it could mold. So I'm dyeing again. I'm waiting until I have a good sunny weekend, and I'm dyeing more yarn. I'm going to dye all the rest of it because I did 4, and I think I have 3 of each, 3 worsted, 3 DK. I'm going to do some more, you guys. Oh, I just can't wait. I've actually thought about the idea of how to start a business. How could I start this? But I'm going to be honest, I'm not really a fan of paperwork and turning stuff in. And I would have to get tax ID numbers and filling out forms, and I don't want to do all that. So I really just think this is just going to be the enjoyment for myself, maybe a few giveaways. Maybe, you know, somebody will say, hey, Summer, can you make me up some yellow-orange speckled yarn? And I'll be like, sure. Costs $4 for the skein, $3 for the dye. You know, that's just how I am with my crochet too. Because this is my hobby. This is my passion. I don't know about making it a career. I just feel like that would be, I don't even know what to do that. So I don't think I'll be selling these on Etsy, in a big Etsy shop. Although I did entertain the idea. I decided to call this Summer's Blueberry Dessert. And this one's called Summer Berries and Cream. Yeah, Summer Berries and Cream. Although the cream part doesn't really show up. I don't have a part that shows up. But this is summer, you know, like strawberries, blueberries, and blackberries. I don't know. It's really pink and purple, isn't it? All right, folks. Thanks for watching this dyeing experience. Like I said, I'm not sure how Brandon arranged things. But this is for sure the ending video. And thanks for watching and subscribing. And until then, happy crafting. Bye.